What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mama Mia. I'm back again with another video. I'm sorry that I have been ghost on y'all. Life has really been lifing for me. Life has been really hard, and I've just been trying to get back to my better self. I kind of feel like I'm in a place to getting better, but I do have a long way to go. Before I get into this video, I need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because I have a lot to share with y'all and I want to bring y'all on my new journey. So I would appreciate it if you did that. I have my notes for this video because it's long and I want to do them in a certain order. So bear with me if I look down. Don't give me too much. This is straight off the dome. This is straight out the heart. And I know this video may be tea for some people, but I've mentally prepared myself to not give a fuck because life comes at us fast and we all are human. And it's just a lot of things going on in my life that I can't control right now. So I'm doing the best I can with what God has done for me or the situations that God has put me in. Just trying to make the best out of them. Hopefully this video touches somebody. Hopefully this video inspires somebody. It helps somebody who may just be going through the same thing that I am, because a lot of people are living like this. And just in life in general, I just hope, even if it's not what I'm going through, just hopefully you find some courage in this video to apply it to your life. And, you know, I don't know. I'm going to try not to edit it too much because I want it to be raw and transparent as possible. As you can tell from the title, I was recently diagnosed with lupus August of this year. The worst news I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, that really hurt my feelings. It still bothers me. Mentally, I think I am in a better space now. But when I first found out, I was really, that shit hurt my heart. Like, I've always thought I've been the healthiest person. I guess the fuck not. If I could change it, I would, but I know somewhere down the line, this is God's story for me. I'm trying not to cry. I know that this is his story for me, so it'll be a testimony for me for sure. Let me get into it before I start crying. What is lupus? So, let's see what it says. So lupus is an inflammatory disease caused when the immune system basically attacks its own tissues. So lupus can affect the joints, the skin, kidneys, blood cells, brain, heart, and lungs. That's a lot. Back in April, May, I just remember one day not being able to move. When it was time to get out of bed, like I couldn't move. I remember having bad body aches, not being able to really use my hands. Like my hands I couldn't do this. Just something as simple as putting my daughter's hair in ponytails. I couldn't do that. I had to stop doing lashes because I couldn't grip my tweezers how I needed to. I also noticed that I started losing weight. And I thought me losing weight was from stress, from being in a toxic relationship to, I just thought, my body, I wouldn't really say my weight fluctuates, but I just thought it was from me dealing with him. I didn't think anything of it. I also noticed too, when I would wash my hair, unnecessary amounts of hair would be falling out, and like I could comb it and just a lot of hair comes out. But I didn't think anything of it. I'm just thinking, maybe I put too much heat on my hair, or I don't know. But I also sweat. I sweated at night. When I say I would wake up drenched, like my clothes would be wet, like I had just got in a pool. And that's not normal. Sleeping in your sweat, and it wasn't like my house would be on 68 degrees, so it's not hot, but my body would, I don't know, my body would just be sweating. I also noticed that my nail beds, they had like a grayish color to them, like they had lines going up through them. They're not really like that right now. I wish I could show y'all, but well, I'll take a picture of it and I'll try to insert it if I can. So those were like my first few symptoms, and they were very traumatic because it just hit me like it came out of nowhere. And I remember going to the hospital. They tested me for COVID, they tested me for the flu, and it was negative. So they ruled it out as, oh, maybe you have a bacterial virus. And with bacterial viruses, it's really nothing for them to do. You really just have to let the virus run its course. I wasn't satisfied with that diagnosis because I knew something else, like it was something else going on, but I didn't know what. So to be honest, y'all, and this is not trying to be funny or nothing, but I'm like, damn, did a bitch put voodoo on me or something? Because nobody knows what's going on. Nobody got no answers for me, and I know what I'm feeling. So they looking at me like, maybe you tripping. Nah, I ain't tripping. Something bad is going on in my body. And I just remember just not being able to do a lot of things that I would usually be able to do, even when I couldn't even drive. Like, I remember my mom having to take my daughter to school because I just couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't do it. I went to my primary doctor and I'm explaining everything to her, and you know, we did blood work and it came, like, you know, like STD results came back negative, so we ruled that out. Like, it couldn't have, you know, been anything like that. I mean, like I said, I'm explaining my symptoms to her. She prescribed me with prednisone, and prednisone is a steroid. So prednisone basically helps with like my muscle pains and the joint issues that I was having. When I say prednisone knocked out all that, like, it's like crack. And I relied on prednisone for about 2-3 months, and I was fine. After that, I was fine, and I went on with my life. The only bad thing about prednisone is it shouldn't be taken for a long time, because long term it can have effect on your kidneys and your heart, and it should only be taken as prescribed. Like, it's certain ways for you to take prednisone. But I went through the prednisone. I went through about, let me see, my notes I have since May, I went through 3 bottles of prednisone. And prednisone, they might put like 20 pills in them. So yeah, after a month or 2 of being on prednisone, I went back to my regular living, and it happened again, y'all. Like, my body shut down again. Ooh, I'm trying not to cry. My body shut down again, and like, I'm back at square one. So now I'm back in the hospital. I'm trying to see what's going on. Nobody got no answers for me. So I go back to my primary again. So she does more tests, but this time, because for autoimmune disease, it's certain tests for them to determine if you have it or not. So I'm explaining my symptoms to her again, and she's like, oh, I think you have Sjogren's. And Sjogren's is also another autoimmune disease, but Sjogren's is like for dry eye. Like, your symptoms is dry eyes, dry mouth, and my mouth and my eyes is, I don't think it's dry. So I knew that wasn't it. But you know, I'm just trying. She the doctor, so I'm really taking her word for it. So I'm just like, okay. So I remember her telling me, like, look up Venus Williams. She's like, oh, she has it. A lot of women have it. It's okay. And I'm like, girl, you telling me Venus got it? Like, that don't make me feel no better about it. Like, like, I don't know what she thought saying that would do for me, but it definitely, I don't give a fuck what Venus got. And not to be rude or nothing, but that has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm talking about me right now, and that's just, I didn't want to hear that at the time. So June, July came. I'm still sweating. Now the sweating has gotten worse. Like, my hair is, like, I wake up, my hair will be wet. Like, I got in the pool. Body aches came back, and now I had this pain in my abdomen, and it felt, I don't know, it felt like a pregnancy pain. I don't know. It just felt really weird. Like I said, I just knew something was wrong. I also developed this bad taste in my mouth. I remember just spitting. I remember spitting in bottles like I was pregnant, and I'm like, nah, something ain't right. I would always chew on gum. I would suck on sunflower seeds. I would chew gum because the gum, of course, took the taste out of my mouth. But as soon as I spit that gum out, the taste would, like, come right back in my mouth. The only thing different this time when it came back around, like I said, I had that sharp pain in my stomach. And I remember telling my mom it feels like a contraction. So now I'm back going to the doctor. I'm explaining my symptoms over again because we back at it again. My doctor put me back on prednisone. So now at this point, it's like my 3rd or 4th bottle on prednisone because I'm running through this shit like crack because I'm in pain. Like, in order for me, if I take the prednisone, the body aches do not come. But if I do not take them, they come right back, and I think they come back more intense. That's how it was for me. So yeah, she insisted that we go ahead and test my blood for autoimmune disease. And, you know, I just remember my daughter, she had a sleepover for her birthday, and I remember like fighting the urge to tell her I can't do it. My body was shutting down on me again, and I didn't know what was wrong. By this time, I had ran out of prednisone. I'm not really... So keep in mind, we're in July, and my daughter's birthday is July 9th. For her birthday this year, we had a sleepover, and I remember getting off work July 8th. You know, running to the store to get some last minute stuff, and my body was just so tired. Like, I was really tired. I sat in my car before I went in the store. I sat in the car for like 30 to 45 minutes before I got out. Like, I just wanted to take a nap. I had to take a nap, but I also knew the party was tomorrow, so I had to do this. Like, I didn't have no choice. Like, I couldn't tell my daughter, oh no, we can't have no birthday. And I kind of thought it was COVID. Remember, at the time, I didn't know what was going on with me, so I still didn't have my diagnosis. I'm just running around like a crackhead trying to, I'm just being a mama, trying to make it work for my daughter, but being so tired. I just felt really bad that day. Like, I was just tired. And I prayed that I didn't have COVID because I knew I had to be around these little girls, and I didn't want to get nobody sick. That ain't me. I would have had to cancel the party, and that's not something I wanted to do for my daughter. So I kept pushing myself to get everything done. I'm just hard body like that. Party time came. I still felt like shit. I was in a lot of pain, and I had to ask my mom to help me. Like, I couldn't go get the food. I couldn't go get the rest of the decorations. I just couldn't. I needed help. So my mom helped me out. Fast forward to the night of the sleepover. When I laid down, that night, I remember saying to myself, I don't care what these little girls do, but as long as they don't open that door, I'm going to sleep. Sure enough, my body crashed on me, y'all. Like, I started sweating again. I just felt really bad. It was really bad, y'all. I ran a good fight, and that's the thing about me. Like, I push myself I'm just hard body like that. Like, say for instance, if I was on crutches or something, I'd be trying to walk without them because I don't want to just be so sickly that I can't really depend on myself. So morning came in the sleepover. I'm still drenched in sweat, y'all. I'm drenched in sweat, but I'm not showing my weakness because, you know, I got these little girls around me. I can't really show them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to stay in good spirits as much as I can. That sleepover did wear my ass out though. I ain't gonna lie. So after the party, I remember going back to work that next week, and it was like a Wednesday. And I remember asking my supervisor if I could leave early because I felt really bad and I had like this sharp pain, in my abdomen had came back again. So I left that day and I went to the hospital. I went to St. Mary's and I'm explaining my symptoms to them. All they did was, I think they ruled it as like a muscle spasm or something. And I'm like, no, it can't be that because I haven't been working out. I haven't like lifted up no heavy box or nothing like that. So I didn't pull anything. So this is not a fucking muscle spasm. Like, what are y'all talking about? So they gave me a Percocet. And they sent me home. And they're like, oh, we want you to take off work for a few. So he gave me a note. I was out for like a week. And within that week, the pain came back again. So now I go to a different hospital and they telling me the same thing. They're like, oh, you're having a muscle spasm. We're going to do this for you. I would rather you follow up with your primary, yada, yada, yada. I'm not satisfied with that because, again, I know my body. So now I go home and I'm still complaining. And my mom is like, no, we're going to go to another hospital. So I ended up at JFK. And when I say JFK was the only hospital that actually took my condition serious, they were the only ones who actually admitted me. They were the only ones who I felt like cared. I don't know, they were the only ones that just took my shit serious, and I appreciate that. After JFK admitted me, I'm explaining my symptoms to them. They immediately put me on morphine. When I say that morphine had me, I felt like I was God himself. Like, I felt like I was just floating. Like, I felt at ease. Like, the pain, it wasn't as intense as it was. I'm really thankful for that morphine because if I didn't have it, I don't know what I would have done. And since I've been on that morphine, to be honest, I haven't had like any abdomen pain. So go to JFK and I leave. I was in the hospital for about maybe 5 days. That really fucking bothered me too because I've never been no sickly ass person to where I have to be admitted to no hospital. I've just never had to, besides me having my kids, I've never been in no hospital. Like, not for no hospital stay. Not for me. I would go visit people, but it would never be me in the hospital bed. I remember being in the hospital and keep in mind, I had did blood work from my primary doctor, but this was totally separate. I remember being in the hospital like the day before I left. I got an email from Quest and they were like, you know, check your lab results. So I checked them and I'm reading them and I see that I had the test that she pulled. It said something about Sjogren's and it was in red. So if you have a Quest account or you go to Quest for your lab work or whatever and they give you your results, if it's in red, something is wrong. And when it said Sjogren's, it was definitely in red. So I'm like, damn, I do have Sjogren's. So I called my grandma immediately. I'm like, Grandma, what do this mean? And she's like, oh no, don't worry about that. It might just be something or whatever. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna call my mama because I ain't satisfied. I ain't satisfied. I ain't satisfied. Like, y'all ain't telling me. Like, I felt like in the beginning, my mom and my grandma, they didn't really, I don't know, they didn't really want to, I guess, hurt my feelings. But I don't know. That's how I took it. Like, they didn't really want to tell me, or we didn't really even know. Like, nobody knew. You know, we're not doctors. We don't know. And I remember going to my primary doctor that next week, and we read the results, and she's like, yeah, I'm going to refer you to a rheumatologist. I'm like, damn. I really got, like, it's really something wrong with me. And from what I've read about Sjogren's, you know, it's not really that serious. Like, it's not, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not serious, because it is serious, but it's not like, it's not a death sentence. You know, it's not like you're gonna be dying in a few years, or, you know, something like that. So she referred me to 2 rheumatologists. One of them he's a local doctor, and the other lady, she's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I went to the first man, because the rheumatologists, like, their appointments, for some reason, it's just hard to get into a rheumatologist. Like, for some reason, I don't know, they're just always, like, booked out. And the guy, the local guy, the local doctor, he had an availability like that following week. So of course I went to him first, and I remember going in to talk to him, and when I walked in, he didn't, like, acknowledge me. He didn't, like, you know, say hello, or he didn't introduce himself. He didn't. All he was doing was he was sitting at his desk, and he sat on a computer, and he really didn't even look me in my eyes when he was talking to me. That was a red flag for me, because he wasn't, I don't know, he was weird. And he didn't sit right with my spirit. So I'm explaining my symptoms to him, and he's still looking at the computer. So he going over some stuff. And then I remember him taking a phone call, like, from his, I don't know if it was his wife or his children. And he was talking about some food in the refrigerator. And I'm like, this man can't be serious. But you can't just go around cursing out doctors. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not in the space for that. So I let him finish up his phone call, and he examined me. He went back and sat at his computer, and from my results that my primary doctor had sent him, he said to me, he didn't say I think, he didn't say, you know, maybe, he said, you have lupus. I immediately started crying. He didn't try to comfort me in any way. He didn't try, like, his bedside manners were, like, horrible, y'all. And I knew if I was going to be going through this, I knew he could not be my doctor. So when I walked out, I made my next follow-up appointment, and I left. I sat in my car, and I called my grandma, and I'm like, Grandma, they said I got lupus. And she's like, oh, I'm trying not to cry, y'all. She's like, oh, like, the phone just got silent. And you know, I'm still over there crying, because this shit hurt my feelings. So he was like, I'm gonna before I left, he said, I'm gonna order you some more lab work to do, and I want you to take care of it. So as I'm leaving his office, I called the other rheumatologist, which was in Fort Lauderdale, and I made an appointment with them. And luckily they had an appointment like a couple days later. Like, I went to see him on a Tuesday, and I think the other people, they had an appointment on a Thursday, that same week. So, you know, just to get another opinion, because you can't really let one doctor, you know, determine something for you. You know, you always want to get a second or a third opinion. So I went to the doctor's office down there, and I'm explaining my symptoms to them too. They were much more considerate. I'm explaining my symptoms to them, And the doctor, I remember her saying, it seems as if you have lupus, but I want to do some more blood work just to confirm, because again, it's certain tests that they have to run for them to even find that out. And I think for autoimmune disease, like, you have to be showing symptoms. Like, you can't just, oh, can you test me for an autoimmune disease? No, like, you have to be showing symptoms of an autoimmune disease for them to even consider testing you for it. And I remember her saying, like, she was just rubbing me. I'm crying. I'm crying. She's like, it's not a death sentence for sure. Lupus can be managed. People live healthy lives with it. I wasn't satisfied with that because, I've just never thought I would be the one with, autoimmune disease or any disease. But I am. But she had an assistant, and he was just really sweet. Like, he was just very thorough with me. He's like, as long as you listen to us and you follow, our directions, you'll be just fine. It's still not, that still wasn't good enough for me. That's probably the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, or here in my life, that I have an autoimmune disease. And I made my follow-up appointment with them maybe like 2 weeks later, and I did my blood work for her. And she's like, the next time I went back, she's like, yeah, you definitely have lupus. We're gonna start you on some medication now. So they put me on 3 medications. I gotta take every day. I take 6 pills a day. Keep in mind, recently, maybe like a year ago, I just learned how to swallow pills without forcing them down my throat. I don't know what that means. I guess God was preparing my ass, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Just that whole process. In the beginning, I just remember crying every day. Like, I just wanted to be alone. I just wanted to be alone. Like, mentally, I felt myself going into a hole. I really did. Like, I wouldn't touch my hair. I don't know. I just felt myself just like, I don't know. I just felt really bad, and my feelings were really hurt. And I don't know, y'all. Like, so they put me on 3 medications, Plaquenil, Imuran, I think it's called, and prednisone. But the prednisone that she gives me is a lower dosage. So, like, my primary, she had me on 20 milligrams, but right now I'm on 5 milligrams. So I don't know. But learning that I had lupus, like I said, was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to experience in my life. It is chronic, meaning lifelong. So they say it doesn't go away, it's long, but they say as long as you keep it managed, you'll be okay. I hope and pray it doesn't get too bad. I pray, it doesn't affect I hope it doesn't affect any of my other main organs. Cause I need my shit. And I don't need no damn autoimmune disease trying to come and fuck with me. So it was just, I don't know, just the whole process is just really hard. And the dude that I had around me, I don't know if I was dating him or what, y'all. I don't know what to call it. But the dude I had around me, like, I would be in the hospital and he would just be so mean to me. He would just, like, say a lot of mean things to me. I remember him saying, that's why you sick now. God don't bless no mess. Like, I just remember him saying that to me, and that stuck with me, and it still stick with me, and I will never forgive him for that, because I would never, me personally, I would never put somebody down lower than what they already are, and he really tried to do that. Thank God my mind is as strong as it is, but he really like tried to tear me down with that. And with me having lupus, stress is not something I need, and stress is what he was giving me. So I took that as it's time for him to be removed out my life for good, because you can't be here with me. Like, I'm just going through too much right now, and for you to trigger it, I don't need you here with me. So yeah, I go to the doctor like every, I don't know, every 3 weeks or so. The last time I went, I know my doctor said that she wanted to start me on Benlysta. Benlysta is, it's like a shot you give yourself. I don't know how often she wants me to do it. But it's basically a shot that I have to inject myself with every day, or however many, like I said, I don't know how often she's gonna want me to do it, but it's the injection. And I don't know. I kind of felt like lupus, God put lupus in my life because I've never really had structure in my life. And now that I'm taking pills, now that I'm going to a doctor, I feel like it's going to kind of set some kind of structure in my life for me. You know, like, it's, for example, taking my pills every day on time. Just, I need a structure. Like, I need structure. And they say if you make certain life changes like exercising, drink more water, and eating healthier. So right now I am not eating no meat. You can't pay me to eat meat. And I've noticed too, since I've had lupus, I've tried to eat meat and my body would like hurt if I did. It would just fucking hurt. And so I try now to eat more fish than anything, more vegetables, more fruits, more protein. I've gotten rid of dairy products. I'm trying to be gluten-free. I'm working on it, but it's hard. It's hard to make these changes, but they are necessary and they need to be done. I don't know, y'all. This is where we at with it. This has been the hardest thing I have ever experienced in my life. This is worse than having a baby. Like, if I could choose to have 10 kids and go through lupus, I would probably have 10 kids, because I wake up some days, even now, like I wake up some days and I still feel bad. My legs hurt sometimes. It's hard for me to walk. Like, I be around this bitch limping. Like, no exaggeration, I be limping. Oh, and I also got diagnosed with arthritis too. So arthritis is when like your joints and your muscles, they stiff up. And again, like I was saying, I couldn't really do my daughter's hair. That's what it did. It just, and when you think of arthritis, you think, damn, you old as fuck. But not necessarily. Not necessarily, because arthritis then came and changed my damn world. Yeah. So I make this video to tell y'all to take care of y'allself. Look out for symptoms. If your body not feeling right, check on that shit. If you feeling a little crazy, if you feeling a little off, go check that shit. I don't care. I don't care. Go check that shit out, because I don't know what I thought the human body was, but this shit is real. And if you don't take care of your body will crash on you. I've never been like a heavy water drinker. I don't think I've been the best eater. Like fruits and vegetables, I wouldn't really say fruits, but vegetables I ate a lot of, but I wasn't really eating my fruits. Like, my fruit intake wasn't the best. My water intake wasn't the best. So I'm just taking it as God is telling me to be more nicer to Mia, to take better care of Mia. You know, I'm just trying to make the best of it. I do have my days. So even like I've noticed trying to go out to the club, Like, I used to be able to go from club to club to club. I can't do that no more. Like, if you see me out, I'm gonna go to that one club and that's it. I can't stay out all day. I can't do that because my body won't allow me. My doctor tells me too that I should be using sunscreen, so I use sunscreen every day. I use the Black Girl Magic. I'm dead. I think it's called Black Girl Sunscreen. This is the sunscreen that I use. What else? I drink more water now. My primary doctor told me a person who drinks a gallon of water a day has a chance to save their kidneys if it came down to it. Like I said, more fruits, more vegetables. I've been eating like nuts. You know, I've just been trying to make the necessary life changes, because if I don't, I'm gonna be fucked up. I try to exercise more now too, because exercising, I've noticed that it keeps my joints and my muscles, like it stretches it out, so they're not really stiff as much as they used to be. So exercising helps me feel a little better. But this is what it's come to. Like I said, I'm just trying to make the best out of it. I don't know, it still makes me sad that I have to go through this. Like I said, I gotta take pills every day. I have never been nobody to take no pills or nothing. I don't know, but I'm gonna turn my negative into a positive. Like I said, I'm just taking it as God is telling me to take better care of myself, and this is how we gotta do it. I'm not claiming this lupus shit, because I'm not. I'm just going to make the necessary changes that I need to, so that way it doesn't affect me as it would if I didn't take care of it. As long as we keep it managed, and I feel like I have a really good doctor to help me keep it managed. I pray that I do better and I get better. My doctor also told me I had to stop smoking weed. She told me to stop smoking because there has been research, and the lupus patients that do smoke weed, something about their brain, and they end up passing away. And Lord knows, y'all, I'm only 27. I have a long life ahead of me, and I have 2 kids that I need to be here for. A bitch is not trying to die. Like, not yet. I got shit to do. I got stuff to do for my kids, and this is just not the fucking time. So whatever I have to do to make my situation better, that's what I'm gonna do. If I have to get rid of a toxic nigga in my area, that's what I gotta do. Like, you gotta go. If I can't eat meat, then I'm not gonna eat meat. It's not that hard. And now that I do it, it's really not that hard not to eat meat. But it is. I would say it is a little difficult. But it's definitely a mind thing. I think that's with anything. It's a mind thing, and I'm just trying to, I don't know, y'all, make the best of it. Like I said, I am in better spirits now, but when I first found out about it, I was a wreck. Like, my eyes would be so puffy from crying, and I don't know. I'm just trying to hang on, y'all. But like I said, pay attention to y'all body. Take care of y'all. This life shit is real. God will humble you. Because like I said, I never thought I would be one, but here I am. God will humble you. So just let's do the right thing in life. Life too short to be playing. Life too short to be bullshitting around with our bodies. Just do the right thing. Take care of your bodies. Treat your body nice. Your body will be nicer to you. Like I said, I pray and I hope this lupus doesn't get too bad, because I see some cases and it be really bad. But yeah, this is pretty much, that's my story. I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to share that experience with y'all because, like I said, I know it's somebody out there going through it, because I'm not the only one with it. It's more prominent in women, but some men do have lupus too. You know, I don't know. I just want to make the best out of it. And I also want to say thank you to my mom for going with me to all my doctor's appointments. I couldn't imagine going to the doctor by myself. It really means a lot to me that she's always there with me. It means a lot. I don't know. I just couldn't imagine going through something like this by myself, because it's not easy. Mentally, it takes a toll on you. You know. But one thing about it, when we go, she gonna make sure we go out to eat after, and that makes it better. You know, we get in my car and we ride down to Fort Lauderdale and we go see the doctor. And my plan is to follow whatever this doctor is telling me to do. I said I wasn't gonna get on here crying, but bitch, this shit hurt my feelings. I just, whatever these doctors telling me to do, I'ma do it and some. Like, I've been taking black seed oil and honey. I've also been taking like vitamin D. That's like for your joints and your heart, make them stronger. I don't know. I'm just appreciative for my mom and my family for being supportive of me. Even my daughter Jaden, she's like, I think you should get on YouTube and make a video about, you know, your lupus experience. And I'm like, you think so? But yeah, I'm just trying to make the best out of it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just thankful for my mom for sure, because, you know, and she stays on top of me too. Like, cause it's a lot I have to do. I have to get x-rays sometimes. It's just a lot. And I don't know, I wouldn't want anybody besides her there with me. I'm also learning to be more kind and patient. Usually my attitude is real bad and I'll snap. Like, you know, I don't got time for this shit. Like, you know, that's me. But I'm learning to be patient with myself and others. I'm learning to be more kind, which I've never been like a mean person unless somebody fuck with me. But I'm learning to be more kind, because you don't know what people are going through. You really don't know. And I'm trying not to cry. You really don't know what people are going through. And this has been the hardest, like I said, the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. You know, you're never prepared to hear that you have a disease or you have an autoimmune disease. You know, that's just something that you don't want to hear, or you're not expecting to hear. But the prettiest girls, sometimes they have, you know, bad days too. And I'm learning that. I'm just, day by day, just trying to make the best out of it. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to stay level-headed. I'm trying to be more positive about life. I'm trying to mentally, I feel like too, as I get older, it's just certain things that I should be doing anyway, like exercising. You should be exercising. So maybe this is God's way of pushing me to do better. I'm just gonna take it as that. I just want y'all to take care of yourselves. I want everybody to take care of themselves. I want everybody to be healthier. I want us to take life more seriously. And I'm only speaking from experience, because like I said, I don't know what I thought life was. You know, you hear about stuff, but I don't know what I thought life was, but it definitely wasn't this. I'm just so thankful that we finally got a diagnosis, because I would rather know versus than not know. And I do, like I said, I do feel like I have a team full of good doctors. Whatever they telling me to do, I'm gonna do it. And if you don't feel comfortable with a doctor, leave them. Discharge from their ass, because your insurance is the one paying for it, and you don't have to put up with that. Let that shit go. Let them go. Let them drug somebody else. You know, just let somebody else deal with that. You don't have to deal with it. This is such like a soft spot for me, and I needed the most passionate people around me at this time. Like, if you not really showing like you, if you're not really acting like you care, and that go for the boy that I was dealing with too. Like, bitch, you're not really taking this shit serious how you should be. If you claim you my boyfriend, and you know, you're just being like flat out mean because you're not getting your way with me, or I'm not treating you how you want me to treat you, so you just come out and be nasty and mean. I don't need that around me. And that has been such a relief too, getting a toxic ass nigga away from me. Don't deal with that shit. You don't have to deal with that shit. Let him go play with his mama. Like, I'm just at a point, anything that causes stress, anything that triggers me, it has to go, because I'm just not in a space to be dealing with that right now. Like I said, stress, I believe, triggers like my flare-ups. I need to sleep. I have to sleep. I cannot be out all night. My body needs rest. So I'm taking this season out. This season is strictly for Mia. This is my season for me to focus more on myself, focus more on my life, my kids, my health, and just overall just become a better person. So this season is definitely for me. I'm not dealing with nothing I don't have to deal with. I'm just not in that space to do so, and I don't have to. I started back doing lashes, but like I said, I do have my days where I just feel like, I can't do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work, you know. But other than that, y'all, I just wanted to share my experience with y'all, how I found out I had lupus, my symptoms, and what I plan to do to keep it managed. So hopefully, you know, my lupus, I don't know, hopefully it stays copacetic. Like, it don't get too crazy, like I said, because Lord knows I ain't built for that. I need my kidneys, bitch. I need my brain. I need my heart. I need my lungs. And most importantly, please don't fuck up my skin. So yeah, y'all, I want y'all to take better care of y'all. So any questions y'all have, any motivation y'all have for me, drop it in the comments. It's very much needed. Because I do have my days where I be like, damn, a bitch really got lupus. But like I said, we're going to roll with the punches and make the best out of it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do love y'all so much. Yeah, so I'll see y'all later. And until my next video, bye.